YouTube, what up? Your boy James T made it. Okay, another Thursday video. It's your boy. Got episode 21. We got NFL, we got NBA today. Okay, normal. Everything's normal. Except for one thing. We got a lot of free agency movement going on. A lot. Okay, it's something called a free agency tracker. If you don't know about it, I don't know how you wouldn't know about it, but you should. And check it out. It goes through every single free agency, even the people who you don't give a shit about. But I'm going to go through real quick some stuff that went down today and also throughout the week that was, in my opinion, some big stuff. I'll shout those out real quick, and then we'll move on to some questions we have. I got some notes here that I think that we got to talk about the New Orleans quarterback situation. We got to talk about the Patriots and all the signings that they've had, and really if it's enough. And Fitzpatrick signing with the Washington football team, and obviously still a lot left to go. But I'll start off with the most recent stuff that happened today. I think Panthers, they got David Moore from Seahawks, so that was, I think, a good move for them. I think that they got a lot of other things they got to work on, but it was a good quick signing. He had 6 touchdowns last year, so it's not like he's just a low level guy. I think he can be a good slot guy, maybe a 2, depending on how good that quarterback is. I don't know if they're gonna stay with Bridgewater or not, but interesting. So, Keelan Cole, I thought a good wide receiver for the Jags. He went to the Jets. Jets made some serious moves at wide receiver. Corey Davis. I don't know if they're keeping Crowder or not, but, I mean, Keelan Cole, Crowder, Mims, good stuff, Corey Davis, pretty serious. I think this is kind of hinting towards Sam Darnold is going to be the starting quarterback for the New York Jets. And they're not going to make a move at QB early in the draft. So, I'm going to do a mock draft coming up soon. I'll do my mock draft. I posted the quarterback thing, maybe like episode 19 or 18 I did, where I think these quarterbacks are going to land. I think I also posted on my Instagram page. Check it out. So, there's a little issue with the Falcons. I thought they were going to do Justin Fields, but I don't know, man. Seems like it's kind of pushing towards the direction of they're going to stay with Matt Ryan for another couple of years with this contract he has. They really doesn't look like they could dump it. So anyway, Raiders signed Kenyon Drake. Thought that was good. They signed Theo Riddick, so I think they cleaned up their running back situation. Will Fuller, that was a good one. Will Fuller to Miami, big deal. Obviously, all the wide receivers in Houston are just like, peace out. If Deshaun Watson's not here, I mean, what are we doing? So, Patriots, man, let's just talk. They signed everybody, right? But my problem is that I just don't think it's enough, man. I really don't. I would like some opinions on it. I don't see the Patriots. Even with Cam, I like Cam. I don't know if I like Cam $14 million worth of Cam, but supposedly he's a hard worker. We gave him 1 year with them. He had COVID. He had a lot of situations I think people forget about. New system, no training camp was a big deal. So I think they just were like, hey, look, it kind of wasn't that fair. Let's give him another shot. Belichick supposedly loves him, and his work ethic is top notch. So I'm all about second chances, giving people a shot. Can't just grade people off of 1 year. I'm not doing it with a lot of players, and I just think we got to treat these guys fairly. We can't just throw people out. So we're giving Cam another shot. Respect. They signed Jonnu Smith. They signed Hunter Henry. He's very good with tight ends in the middle of the field. He was very good with Greg Olsen. So we'll see. I think the division is tougher than it used to be. So I don't know if the division will let them make the playoffs, depending on how the Dolphins do. That's going to be a big key here, a big key, because we all know the Bills are going to be elite. So Kenny Gallaudet is the best receiver on the market right now as far as talent. He had a meeting with Chicago. He's meeting with the Giants. I don't know where he goes. I don't like either one of those teams to get him. So I just don't think, like, Andy Dalton is the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears. They went from trying to get Deshaun Watson and Russell Wilson to Andy Dalton. Hey, honey, you want a Lamborghini? Sure. Come home with a Toyota Camry. I mean, what do we got going on here? Okay. I don't like it. So, weird. Not feeling it. I don't think Kenny Gallaudet makes that big of a difference for Andy Dalton. I'm just not seeing it. I think Allen Robinson's fine and whatever slot receivers they can come up with. And anyway, Giants, I guess. I don't know. Daniel Jones, a gunslinger? I mean, this guy Gallaudet is used to Matt Stafford, man. Matt Stafford was slinging that thing. So if these guys aren't slinging it, Galladay's probably not going to be the happiest camper, right? So Mitchell Trubisky, speaking of the Bears, right, he's gone. Backup QB for the Bills. Say bye-bye to Trubisky, everybody. Bye, Trubisky. Kyle Rudolph going to the Giants. Jared Cook, Chargers. I'm not a fan of Jared Cook. I'll be honest with you. Like, if you look at his stats, like, his career is not that good for how people talk about him. He had that one catch against the Cowboys, and, like, everyone thought he was, like, some superstar. But even before that, when he was on the Titans, like, oh, this guy's so great. He really wasn't even that serious, you know. He really wasn't. I think he's overhyped. Definitely an overhyped guy. Cowboys make no moves at all. We just don't do anything. Just sign Dak and everything else, just whatever. We signed like a low-budget D lineman and a low-budget O lineman that's played in like 100 arena football games or some shit. I'm hoping to be proven wrong, okay, when it comes to Dallas. Jets want Juju, so I don't know. I mean, these wide receivers, I mean, how many are they going to have? They went from none to now having too many to not know. I mean, it's crazy, right? One big guy was Kyle Van Noy, got cut by the Dolphins. He's going back to the Patriots. So that defense is going to be legit. Like I said, the offense, you know. Big, major, key signing. I posted this on my Instagram the other day. I posted a lot on my Instagram. Check it out. Like I said. Boop. So, Patrick Peterson, right? 1-year deal with Minnesota. That's a big move, man. That's a big move. I know he's a little up there in age, but if he's healthy and he's going to be a problem. He's going to be a problem. This is overpay season. I mean, there's players that are just ridiculous. They're not that good, and they get paid. They're just overpaid. It's tough to watch, man. It's tough to watch. I'm not saying that they don't deserve anything, but it's overpaid. It's what free agency is. Just a bunch of teams overpaying for players to take away from another team and stuff. I like the Cardinals with A.J. Green. I thought that was cool. I see Fitzgerald as a free agent. That is so crazy. My whole life, I feel like Larry Fitzgerald's been on the Cardinals. Now he's a free agent. Crazy. I know he's old, but I think he can make a difference on a team. Maybe like a Bucs team. Him and Brady. I think Brady... You know, obviously we all knew Bucs were going to keep Shaq Barrett. They weren't letting that go. You know, Trent Williams, that was really big by the Niners. Really, really big. Highest paid O-lineman in the game by $10,000 over David Bakhtiari. If you've seen David Bakhtiari, you petty as fuck. I like Bakhtiari. He's like, seems like a down-to-earth dude. So Emmanuel Sanders going to the Bills. William Jackson, cornerback, Washington. That's a pretty good signing. I'm getting a little nervous. You know, like I said, you can go on, check out these free agent stuff. It's interesting. So, real quick, I got to talk about this Redskins thing because I did not expect this Fitzpatrick signing at all, man. I really didn't. I actually thought that Cam might have been reunited with Ron Rivera, which would have been scary also, to be honest with you. That's just what my thought was. I wished it didn't happen. But this Fitzpatrick signing freaks me out because he finds ways to win games, and their defense is already set, you know. And, man, Dallas is trying that whole rebirth year, you know, where we were underachievers last year. Now we're trying to get back, and I think that this is going to be tough. Fitzpatrick does not make any games easy. Now, if he has one of his bad games where he throws a lot of interceptions, whatever, fine, you know, I'll take it. But he's going to be tough to beat. He's tough. He's a tough guy. I got a lot of respect for Ryan Fitzpatrick. A lot. So, you know, that was one thing that I was pretty concerned about. They might be the best team in the division over us. They might be because, like I said, we're underachievers, so I can't say that we're so talented. We're definitely going to win the division. I just can't say that with so much confidence. Especially, you know, I don't know. The defense is the Redskins' defense is too good. We got a new defensive coordinator. We got to see how this whole thing plays out. It's going to be interesting to say the least. I'm not scared of the Eagles, and I'm not scared of the Giants. I'm more scared of the Giants than the Eagles. I'm not sold on them, so I'm not sold on Jalen Hurts. The whole system, I haven't seen any big signings by them, so, you know. Oh, you know, one thing so if Kenny Gallaudet is a free agent, he's going to leave, right? He's having all these meetings, and I heard Marvin Jones already left, went to Jacksonville, okay? So, wow. They traded Stafford to the Rams and Goff to the Lions, but they left Goff with nothing. I mean, he's got nothing over there. That's going to be crazy. That's going to be something else. I would not be happy if I was Goff. I need some weapons, man. I need some weapons here. So I said earlier, Patriots had a lot of free agents. I just don't think it's enough. I'm going to keep it that simple. I think they need more. I don't know if it's enough. It's all about Cam. The free agents can, you know, yes, put pieces around him and stuff, but Cam's play is going to determine how great this team ends up being. Now, drama in New Orleans, in my opinion, okay? You sign Jameis, then you sign Taysom Hill to a crazy deal. Who's starting over there? I know Jameis' deal's 1 year, so it's just like a tryout for Jameis, but how's he going to try out if you go with Taysom Hill? It's going to be a $10 million backup? That's crazy. I heard he was starting. I heard Jameis was going to start. But why would you give Taysom Hill so much money? Are you scared that he's going to go to like a different team and like light it up or something? How? If you're scared of that, then just start him and don't have Jameis. Anyway, a little bit. I'm confused with the move. Maybe they just have a lot of money. I'll be honest. I'm just, like I said, I'm confused about the move. Maybe a Saints fan. I know my boy Tommy. Okay, my boy Tommy Beams. Okay, he can explain to me why this is all going on. Go ahead. Yep. You right there. Go ahead. Comment. Yep. Go ahead. Tell me why the Saints would do something like that, and tell me as a fan, a Saints fan, who you want to start. I would like to know that. Any other Saints fan, bring them on in. I know my boy Tommy Beams, okay, will be here, and he'll be checking it out. Okay, he'll be Twitter fingers all day. Okay, let me know. So the last thing that I wanted to discuss, and I'm not touching on this subject for more than 2 minutes, okay? The whole Deshaun Watson situation makes me sick. All right? Makes me sick. That's all I'm going to say. All right? Hope everything works out for him. I hope it's not true. But, man, what a bad time to have drama with all this going on. So, hope it's not true. I really do. But if it is true, then what do we got? A piece of shit on our hands again? So, anyway. I like Deshaun Watson. I think now this situation is getting confusing. It's confusing. I'd like to get some clarification from some of the stuff that's going on. I know the NFL's investigating, so we will see what's going on. If you want to know details about the whole situation, look it up, because I ain't going through it. All right? Because I hate stuff like that. It drives me crazy. I just want to talk sports. I don't want to talk about that bullshit. I don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to talk about none of that shit. I just want to talk about sports and the shit that we love. That's it. I'm not here with the hate. I'm not here with the bullshit. Forget all that. All right? Next. All right, I spent a lot of time on NFL right there. I just rambled for 17 minutes talking about the NFL, free agents, signings, stuff like that, effects on teams, and like I said, free agency tracker. Check it out. It's pretty cool. See a lot of moves by a lot of these teams. So that's that. Now, I real quick. Sorry, real quick. There's a competition in New Orleans. I did hear Jameis was starting, but supposedly I got word. My media member just hit me up in the ear, and he said that actually Sean Payton said that Jameis and Taysom Hill are going to compete for the starting job. I was like, oh, he said that? Okay. So you could potentially, whoever the backup is, expensive as hell, right? All right, so moving off of the NFL, now we're talking about the NBA. Now, let's do something real quick, because I got my boy's a big Heat fan. I told you guys that last week, and he said that he wanted to make a trade for a defender because the losing Crowder really hurt them as far as defense goes and shooting. So he was like, "Yo, we need to make a move, for a good defender." And bam, Trevor Ariza, right to the Heat. That I think was a serious move. That was very underrated move. I don't think enough people are talking about it as far as these analysts go. And the Heat are on that. They started the year they were going down, and then now your boy Jimmy Butler is just yanking them up. And with this move, it's serious. I think the Heat are going to compete in that Eastern Conference, and they might make some noise. Like I say, the Nets are going to win, but they might play against them and lose. So the other move, now I'll tell you. Okay, so PJ Tucker got traded to the Bucks, right? Now, what I'm saying is, I'm seeing something here. The Heat traded for Ariza, and the Bucks traded for PJ Tucker, two elite defenders. Okay, elite defenders and workhorses too. They work. My conspiracy behind these signings are they're gearing up to try to slow down Brooklyn. They're gearing up to try to slow down James Harden and or Kevin Durant. Because obviously those two guys wouldn't be guarding Kyrie. It would be somebody else. But to have PJ Tucker and Trevor Ariza on your teams to try to put on KD, instead of KD dropping 35 on your head, maybe he only drops 28. Might be a difference in a win and a loss, so... Now, same thing with Harden. You got to pick your poison with them. That's the reason why I say that they're going to win, because they really don't have a weakness. And even if you have a player like that, the other player is going to do it. Last night, Harden dropped like 40, 10, and 15 with no Kyrie and no KD, and couldn't do anything about it. It was. I mean, Harden's going off. Let's just be serious, So. That was that. I think that it doesn't. It's not going to affect who wins or not, but I think it might just be a little bit tougher on KD or Harden. That's about it. But they're going to get by them, even if Kyrie does it. They're so good, man. It's so annoying, but it's fun to watch. Stupid. So, the Knicks are 20 and 21. Okay. I told you guys this a couple weeks ago. We celebrating 500 teams. Now all of a sudden they're under 500. What's going on, right? So I kind of figured it out. The NBA thrives when the Knicks do well. That's just a fact. NBA loves when the Knicks are good. Knicks, Lakers, Celtics. Everyone loves that. It's part of it's part of the business in the NBA. I don't know how it became that way. New York became the Mecca, and LA is the Showtime. You know what I'm saying? It's just like bright lights and just I don't know how to explain it. You feel a different way when you watch that Lakers game, the court, everything. It's just different. So, Chicago, you know what I mean? Like these big Dallas, like big city, like when they do well, like the NBA loves that shit. But the Nets are doing well and no one cares. Like Brooklyn, like no one hears it. I live in New York. I'm telling you right now, and it's not even on the front page of the paper how good they are. They don't care. When Harden got traded there, it was like, oh, James Harden's here. Front page of the paper, bam, haven't heard a word, haven't heard a peep since. It's all been the Knicks. And the Knicks are under 500. The Knicks are on the front page almost every single day. And Brooklyn gets no love. I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm here. I see it. The billboards, everything. And this guy, KD. Now, I'm unfortunately a Knicks fan. I love LeBron. I've been following him, since high school ESPN game. It was like my first introduction. I was like, who the fuck is this? And then, bam, favorite player for the next 20 years. So, the Knicks sucked this whole time, so I just have to find... NBA is about the player. You become a big fan of a guy, you might follow the guy around. It's not really like that when it comes to football. It's usually a team thing. NBA is like, you can really get hooked on a player. You get that personality. You see them on the court. Football, they got helmets on. It's more about the team, It's getting better with Instagram and obviously social media. They're able to connect with us. But, okay, so my point was this. The Knicks, just because they're 20 and 21, are still the talk of the town. That's how much the NBA and the media want the Knicks to do good. And it's crazy that even when they're not doing that good, but they're doing better than suck, they're more talked about than than the best teams. And that my point and the proof I have is when KD went to Brooklyn, he's like, oh, the Knicks aren't cool anymore. You guys remember that? So, I mean, full-blown false. That is the most false statement. Yes, no one signs there. Free agents, fine. Dude, I'm telling you that if no free agent signed in New York and the Knicks were 20 and 20, you'd still hear about it. If not one superstar on the team. We got Julius Randle. He made the All-Star team. Take him off the team. Okay? If they're 20 and 20, they're still talking about these guys. It's weird. It's weird, but I kind of understand it. NBA loves when the Knicks do well. They will force them to do. They're forcing the media's forcing this down our throat. I'm telling you, 20 and 21 sucks, and these guys are talked about. I know you hear about it too. It's crazy. It really is. So the Hawks are 20 and 20, and we say that they suck. You tell me if Atlanta's good. Atlanta's 20 and 20. We say that they suck, and the Knicks are 20 and 21, but they're doing good this year. Oh my god, so funny, dude. It really is. I watch it all the time. Even when I watch the games, right? The announcers. Oh man, this Knicks team playing so good, playing hard defense. Tom's really got them working hard. Stop it, dude. Yeah, they're better than last year, and they're better than suck. That's it. Who cares, you know? So I'm going to do my MVP, my early season MVPs. I think that obviously you got, Giannis creeped up. So it's Embiid, it's Giannis. Embiid got hurt. He's just slowly stock going down. LeBron's stock went back up after these last few games. And I think we got a fight going on between. See, I think it's hard to, because Curry's doing absolutely phenomenal, and it's hard to ignore what Harden's doing, even though those two other guys are there. So you have to honestly say, look, it could be LeBron. I mean, like, I know Chris Paul's numbers aren't there, but the Suns are like 26-12. They're doing phenomenal. Phenomenal. So I'm going, first I'm going Giannis. Second, I'm going Harden. Third, I'm going LeBron. And I'm going to leave it at that. Because everything else after that's like, whatever. So, and like I was saying, like, if your team's not 1, 2, or 3 seed, like, you really can't become MVP. If you're the 8th seed, you can't be MVP. You have to have like a lights out year. Like, you have to average like 40 for you to get MVP. You got your MVP season has to translate to wins also. If they don't, then you're not MVP. So, I'm gonna look up. I'm actually interested to know what's the lowest seed an MVP has won. I'll do that, and then I'll let you guys know. That's my MVP update, I guess. And my power rankings. I mean, I gotta go with the Jazz 1, right? I mean, they're 29-10, and tonight is gonna. We'll see what happens, because I think the Lakers play tonight, the Jazz play tonight, and the Suns play tonight. So, and none of them are playing each other. So one of them lose and one wins. Lakers are only 3 games back. Suns are 2 games back from the Jazz. So right now, Jazz are the best. Can't really ignore how great they've played. So I have to do them first. I gotta say Brooklyn is 2. Man, I don't want to disrespect the Sixers, but with Embiid out, I can't. I think they're slipping. Even though they've won games, I'm just saying that I feel a little iffy about when Embiid's not there. I know Ben Simmons just is a lockdown defender. He's doing work. So Jazz, Brooklyn, LA, Milwaukee, Suns. We could do that, That sounds good. Tell me what you guys think about that. We're about 40 games, into the season. So they're only doing 72. We got a little less than half the season left. This is it. This is crunch time. And the 8th seed in the West is 21-18. The 8th seed in the East is the Knicks at 20-21. And my prediction is the Knicks don't make the playoffs. The only reason why the Knicks would make the playoffs is because Chicago, Indiana, Toronto are so bad. They just get worse and worse and worse, and the Knicks just keep scratching because that's the type of season that I feel like Tom Thibodeau is having, is one of these scratch and claw seasons, So, Western Conference, 8th seed is 21-18. The 9th seed is the Warriors at 21-20. So that could potentially get pretty intense. But after you get to the 7th and 6th seed, it seems like 3-4 games might be a lot for teams that are struggling versus looks like some teams that are solidified, like Denver. I actually think that Denver's better than their record. So Denver's 24-16. I think they're only going to get better. Portland's 23-16. I think they're only going to get better. San Antonio, Popovich is just the man. So, they're going to trade Aldridge for something special, you know. I think Aldridge might end up going to either back to Portland or to Miami, which would be crazy, right? Portland will become much better if they do that, because they need that. They need that that low block mid range turnaround jumper guy. Melo's a little small for it. He's doing very good, but he's just not. He's not Aldridge when it comes to being that close to the basket. He's more of a face-up player. He's not a back-to-the-basket guy. So that's really it. You know, Doncic's going off. His team's just not good enough, even though they've crawled their way back into the playoff picture. So yeah, it's gonna get crazy. It's gonna be interesting. I'm loving sports right now. Sports is cool. Right now, this is just drama filled. We got NFL free agency, trades, the NFL draft coming up. You got NBA trade deadline. You got MVP talk. I mean, it's nuts. We got a lot of action. I know you don't know how many people are keeping up with hockey. Last night, the Rangers won 9-0. They had 7 goals in the second period. Everyone doesn't watch hockey. Well, they don't score enough. Well, you should have watched that game. That shit was lighting up all day, you know. My New York Islanders, one of the best teams in the league right now, so I'm pretty excited about that. That's it, man. That's it. So that's going to do it for me today. I've been rambling. Boy, this is my longest video, man. 33 minutes. I've been talking for 33 minutes. And one of y'all ain't telling me to shut up? The fuck going on? All right. Anyway, guys, much love. Okay, stay safe. Check my Instagram. Check my Twitter. Okay, subscribe, like, do whatever you can to help brother out. All right. Stay safe. Tell your family you love them. All right. Every day. Every damn day. All right, guys. Much love. Thanks for the support. Peace.